Hi, everybody. Thank you so much for watching this presentation on the Reman business presentation. So my name is Beth, and on here we've also got Brie, who is my upline. And what we're going to do is just cover the presentation slides so that you get to understand what Reman is, why it's just going to take over in the UK and the European market with obviously the launch, and kind of what we're looking to achieve. So I've been in the industry now for 14 years. I've been predominantly in the health and wellness sector. However, my background is in the beauty industry. So I used to previously own salons. And what really captured my attention was this company purely because of the products, the ingredients, the ethos where they've been formulated, and Korean skincare as a whole. So I'm going to hand you over to Brie, and we're going to cover the presentation slides with you. And if you have any questions, please get back to the person that sent you this video, and we'd be more than happy to help.
Yeah, in just a few minutes, we're going to share with you exactly what's happening with this brand. Because I know when I heard about this, I heard about it from an industry insider. She came to me, she said, Brie, there is a brand, there's a Korean skincare brand that did $3 billion in one country in Korea, and it's new to North America. And something like that doesn't happen very often. So, of course, I wanted to take a look. And if you don't know this, Korea is actually the skincare capital of the world. So, like Paris is to fashion, Korea is to skincare. And it's because they have some of the most discerning, you know, users in the entire world where they evaluate everything, they review everything on an app called Hawaii. It's a little bit different in Korea, whereas, in Western markets, we tend to, get sold good marketing and good packaging.
Yeah.
In Korea, they have to have results. And so when you hear about something like this early on, I always tell people, I'm like, timing is to direct sales like location is to real estate. If you can get in at the right time during pre-momentum before it takes off, that is when you can end up making a lot of money. And what's interesting is we know that the beauty market is a $1 trillion industry, but what's happening is there is a niche within the beauty industry, which is K beauty. And the K beauty as a whole, just in 2025, did 118 billion. Well, if you can identify trends early on, right before they pop, you can see just in the next few years, K beauty is going to explode to over $250 billion. This is conservatively. So it is new. It is taking over for the first time. Korea is actually importing, exporting more than France. This has never happened before. France has always been the leader when it came to skincare and beauty with Lancome and Chanel. So there is a worldwide demand for K-beauty. There's 41 billion searches for the hashtag K-beauty on social media alone. And even celebrities are flocking over to Korea. The Kardashians took a private jet over there, even when they have Beverly Hills in their own backyard. And it's because Korea is known as the Mecca for the best of the best.
Yeah. What I'll also say there, Brianne, is that I think what people also need to realize is, like you've just said, the timing. When you said it was new, obviously the thing that I noticed, obviously in business, it is about finding that right time. And I know so many people in this industry say, oh my God, this is the best time. And it kind of comes a little bit wishy-washy. Whereas with this, it is 8 years old, isn't it? But it is so new to the European and UK market that for somebody like me I've used this product for a year, like Brianna sent this to me just before kind of I transitioned into a new industry, and I think I'd used it for the whole year, and I started to see results very, very quickly. But I think now we have logistics, now we have the head office over in London. Everything is set up how it needs to be for us, like a smooth business within the UK and European market. And there's not many opportunities that come around where you've got such an established business that's created so much momentum, and rightly so, with everything that you guys are going to hear in this presentation. But it's so new. And I think when you find something like that, it is an opportunity where you've really got to take note and listen, because in business it just doesn't come around very often, does it? Sorry, I
No,
just had to add
no.
that bit in.
I'm glad you did because it's very rare to get in with a startup opportunity with $3 billion backing it. It just doesn't happen. So I used to say something like this comes along, once every 10 to 12 years. And I'm telling you, after doing more research on this, something like this doesn't happen, and it doesn't happen in our industry. And you're going to see why in just a second. I'm going to show you this 1 minute video that's going to talk about some of the accolades they've done and a little bit more about the brand.
Founded in 2018 in South Korea, Rimmon has quickly emerged as a global leader in K-beauty, with products designed to help you uncover your glow and keep it. From skincare to makeup through ICD, to body and hair care through Boda Lab, and nutrition with Lifening. Each formula is rooted in the timeless rituals of Korean beauty, carrying forward the heritage and wisdom of centuries past, backed by more than 20 patents, 52 awards, and billions in sales. Rimmon is now shared by a community of hundreds of thousands around the world. At the heart of it all is our continued commitment to reimagine products and opportunities that empower people to become the difference they seek in their world.
You know, I remember when I first saw some of their marketing materials when I was interviewing this brand, and I was like, I've never seen any sort of marketing like this in the direct selling industry. And it's because they actually hire the producers who make videos for Chanel and Dior to make their brand assets. So if you're impressed with their marketing, that's why. And like we said, they did $3 billion already. They were the #1 K-beauty brand in Korea. For them to go #1 and sell 40 million jars of their dermatology cream in the hardest market in the entire world to compete in, if you can compete in Korea, you're going to do billions around the world. So that's why we say it is like that first mover's advantage. And a lot of people want to know, why do these products work so well? Why are we seeing results in 5 days? What is this stuff? I know I picked up the phone. I called my friend who is that industry insider. I said, I don't know about the business just yet, but where can I get more? I'm going to be a customer for life. And that was a light bulb moment, because if I was saying that, how many other people were going to be saying the same thing? And so the reason why this works so well, now I have the sound turned off. If you want to watch this is a 3-minute video. If you want to watch this, have the person that shared this with you send this to you. But what happened was, the owner of this brand, he owns Ask Labs. Ask Labs is the #1 lab in Korea. And they had been researching something called tiger grass, because tigers would roll around in this because it would heal their wounds faster. Well, they were trying to figure out why. And what they did is, over time, they had been spending over 20 years researching this, and they actually developed their own patented strain and species of plant from this strain. So it is very hard to get a patent on a new species. It took about 3 years to obtain that patent, but they found that it was rapidly healing the skin in just 5 to 7 days. So they actually have 20 different patents. They've won 52 awards. They even own the Smart Farm technology. So everything is grown within a controlled environment. And one of the things that makes it unique is most brands use distilled water, which is basically dead water. It's not doing anything for your skin. Well, because he is a top product formulator in Korea, he has access to this. This is Energy Lava Water. Now, there's only 5 locations in the world that have this, and off the coast of Korea is one of them. Now, he is the only scientist that has a license, a government contract, to be able to use this in cosmeceuticals. And so what he does is, this is actually seawater that is kind of filtered under volcanic rock for over 400,000 years. So it has frequencies and minerals in it that you cannot even find on the earth anymore. And so he saw that as an opportunity with the products, where he actually puts this in the products for that extra healing instead of just your typical distilled dead water. So not only is it, all the proprietary ingredients that they have, but it's a cosmeceutical. Well, a cosmeceutical is going to do things that regular skincare cannot do. This is why people who are using expensive medical grade products, expensive department store products, are seeing results so much quicker. And This actually uses a patented microfluidizer process, so it allows the product to penetrate to the deepest layer, and it's healing at the cellular level, and it uses nanoliposomal technology. So that means it's able to actually penetrate to the deepest layer, penetrate the cells. So that is why people are seeing such a difference. I'll show you this quick little few second video that kind of explains the energy lava water.
Beneath the same volcanic soil that nourishes giant Byungpool lies another treasure, a lava aquifer naturally filtered through basalt rock for centuries, rich in minerals, untouched by pollution, and endlessly renewing itself. This is Jeju Lava Energy Water.
So you can kind of see that's where they have that government contract to be able to access that, which is a very rare thing.
Yeah.
They actually have two different skincare lines. We're going to talk about the dermatology line, which is the water-based line. And this is because you have to remember this is a cosmeceutical. This is doing things that regular skincare cannot do. So we highly recommend you start with the dermatology line. And
Brie, can I just
yeah.
quickly butt in here? So I've been obviously researching this for quite a few months now, and I've literally just about to announce the transition into this business. So what I've been doing is I've been actually testing this out to salon owners, to people that are, in the salon world that have tried multiple different brands over the years, and every single one of them has come back to me and said, Beth, normally I will get a glow, but the glow will disappear. This, I wake up with a glow. Like if I use the skincare the night before, my skin is still glowing in the morning. But more so, the results that we've had from things like rosacea within 5 days, I've had before and afters of people showing me their skin, and they're like, Beth, what is in this? So the other thing that I wanted to touch on is I know that in the UK, there's a lot of people that are promoting Korean products that are not actually formulated in Korea. They're manufactured in Korea, but their ingredients are not Korean. So one of the things that I wanted you to mention, Brie, was just the traceable side of the ingredients and where they're actually formulated, which I think you're going to go into the farms and things like that. But that is something that people have said to me, but I'm using a Korean product at the minute. You're not actually using most of them, the ones that have been mentioned to me anyway, are not actually Korean products. Does that make sense, Brie?
Yeah, you know what's funny is it's because K-beauty, Korean skincare is trending. So what
Yeah.
a lot of brands are going to do, they're going to try to capitalize that and they're going to try to sell you that marketing. Well, here's why I say Korea is the skincare capital of the world because they actually have an app called Hawaii, and the Koreans actually review ingredients and products in real time. And so if products do not get thousands of reviews saying it's good, it will not make it to the shelf. And here's what we've seen is there are Korean brands who did not cut it in Korea, but they had a gimmicky product and it was kind of neat marketing. They launched it in Western markets and it did really well because we usually typically are buy through marketing, where in Korea they buy through results. So when we say that this brand sold $3 billion in Korea, 40 million jars of dermatology cream, and became the number one, that does not happen very easily. It's the
Yeah.
most discerning market in the world. And you can see here, I mean, this is my forehead on the left. This was 5 days later. I've never seen a product do what this does in such a short period of time. I was using expensive medical grade products. I know people put products in front of Beth all the time. This is MJ in the middle. I'm only going to show you people that I personally know. This was after 6 months. MJ was kind of headed towards having a mommy makeover, and then she found these products and she's like, I don't need to anymore. You can see how it actually reduced inflammation in her skin. That is one of the things that the patented giant Bianpool does. My husband is on the right. I was shocked when his hyperpigmentation was gone, his wrinkles were less, but what I wasn't expecting were the pores on his skin to go away in just a week. Here you can see how it's helping with teen acne, hormonal acne, if you've gone through, menopausal acne. It's because remember, it's healing at the cellular level from the inside out. I love this side by side of her skin in the middle. You can see the texture, the wrinkles, the pores, everything is just completely blurred out on the right. Of course, men are using this product and loving it. It's also this woman on the left, she's Hawaiian. This was after 3 months of use. It looked like it took 20 years off of her face. It's
Yeah.
working on dark skin tones with the brightening and of course dark circles. So this is actually a friend of mine, and she was using the product. And this isn't just changing your skin. This is literally given women confidence back because she could never leave the house without putting on concealer to cover up her dark circles. And you can see how it just completely changed her face.
That's me. I really, really suffer with dark circles. So I'm just obsessed. Like I said, a year of using this and my photos, my skin, I get compliments on my skin all the time. And just to let you into a little secret, which isn't something that I'd normally publicly announce, I obviously being in the aesthetics world, I'm used to jabbing myself with Botox because that's what I did in the salon. I've not had Botox for over a year due to medical reasons, but I don't need it. I can move. I've got movement within my forehead. I've got crow's feet, but they are a lot less noticeable so that I don't actually need to go and fork out on Botox anymore. So it's just much more of a healthier way for me to kind of give me that glow, de-age my skin because it is a massive thing for me at the minute. I think when we get to that age, we are a lot more conscious of it. So I just think I'm so excited to be able to help so many women get their skin back.
hmm And you can see here, this is just another enhancement on top of the Korean skincare. Now, this is not a regular item on the site for UK. This is a limited time offer. So they actually had these a couple months ago. I would look for them to come back. And you can see this woman on in the picture on the left. This was her using a mask every single day for 6 days in a row. And this, she wasn't even starting to use the Korean skincare yet. She wanted to start with the mask first for some reason. I'm so glad she did so that we could have this picture. You can see how it just completely filled in those lines and wrinkles. And the reason is because this is 100% New Zealand collagen in dry form. And so you can see Karen is putting the strips on her face. Well, most masks that are wet have preservatives and ingredients in it to give it a longer shelf life, to keep it from molding, and then you're soaking those into your skin. This is completely dry. After one use, you have a 28% reduction in fine lines and wrinkles. So these are fantastic. Grab your hands on these. They come in 6 in a box. So get them when they pop up. Now we also have a Boda Lab line, and being that, Beth has worked in the beauty industry, I'd love for her to share a testimony with you, but this is a patented hair care line that actually they have clinical trials in Korea how it grows the hair. So Beth, I know you got to use it. What was your experience on it?
Yeah, so as a hairdresser, I would never use anything with parabens and things like that in them. So that was the first thing that I noticed that they were clean. And I think for me, the shine, my daughter's blonde. And if you've got blonde hair, trying to get a shine on blonde hair is ridiculously hard. The shine is crazy, even on bleach blonde hair. So first thing I noticed was the shine, regrowth of hair, the thickness of the hair, just everything about it, even styling it afterwards. I've absolutely loved using these products, and they're big bottles as well, so they last for a long time. And you only need a tiny, tiny bit of it. I don't know whether you've noticed that, Brie, but I actually used too much of it before because I'm used to kind of using other brands. Tiny, tiny bit of it in my hair is just absolutely amazing. I love this line.
Mhm. Yeah, it's really interesting that the conditioner, it's actually looks like water. And
Yeah.
when I love a thick, creamy mask for my conditioner, and I was like, oh, there's no way I'm gonna like this. It is like magic in the shower. When you put it on, somehow it gets thick and emulsifies in the shower and it heats up. It is the best conditioner I've ever used in my entire life. I will never stop using it. But you can see how this is like skincare for your scalp. It grows in the hair. It allows the hair follicle to come through. There is a patented ingredient called loleolide in it that actually strengthens the hair follicle. You can see how just after one wash, her scalp psoriasis is a lot less in that picture. So um, the best thing about these products is that they're clean. You don't have to sacrifice your health for your beauty. They all ban over 3,000 toxic chemicals. And we talked a little bit about marketing and how they do things a little bit differently. I just want to show you an example of one of the ads that they have in Korea. This is an ad. His name is Won Bin. He's kind of like the Brad Pitt of Korea, and he is the #1 actor there. But this looks like a YSL commercial or Versace ad. So I just wanted to share that with you so you can kind of see this is what you can expect to see as they grow throughout different markets. And one of the things that they've done is they actually hired a company called Pentagram. It's the #1 marketing and branding firm out of New York. And they hired them to do their packaging and branding. And you can see all the brands that they work here with, like Valentino, Starbucks, Lululemon. But when they are working with people, they're only going to hire the best, just like Frederic Bertin, who is the #1 fragrance formulator in the world. He formulates fragrances for the LVMH brands, for Tom Ford, and now he's created a signature scent for Rimmon as well. Now, let's talk about making money, because what happens is you start using the products, people are like, did you have something done? Like, what makeup are you using? Did you get Botox? And they want to know what's going on with your face. So the fact that for me, if I'm like, I can share a link to products that people are already searching for is a no-brainer, because the search for Korean skincare is up 389% on Google alone. People want Korean skincare, but they're confused since it's new. They're confused which one and why, what's the best. So they're looking for somebody that they know, like, and trust to tell them. So you can actually earn up to 54%, referring your link to somebody else. A couple of things that stood out to me is, there's 6 different ways that the company pays out. You can earn up to 40% just on the affiliate side. You can earn up to 54% if you like team building. And one of the things that's really neat is they don't require a subscription. They don't require an auto ship. And I wanted to know why. And you know what the company said? Because we don't have to. Because anybody that starts using these products once are not going to stop using them. I've never heard so much confidence around a product. Normally, companies require you to purchase their products. Yeah. I'm telling you, once you start, you won't stop. It's £15 to partner with the company and to set up an account. And then, of course, you're going to see your customers reorder. And one of the things that really impressed us was, let's say you tell other people about this, I'm only here talking to you because I decided to wash my face and talk about it. That's it. And when you help other people do that, you can actually check match up to 40% of what they do. So imagine, signing up somebody who can't stop talking about it and you're check matching 40% of what they're making. It's pretty incredible. So this is the brains behind everything. This is Chairman On. He's the owner, the formulator, the owner of Ask Labs. He owns Rimmon, the brand. And something that's interesting about him is he is a billionaire that drives a Hyundai. And the reason why I tell you that is because I want you to know he is not doing this for the money. He is passionate about bringing luxury skincare to the everyday person. And that is exactly why these products are available the way they are, because otherwise they would have been sitting on a high-end med spa shelf or high-end department store in Harrods somewhere. And that wasn't his mission. He feels like his legacy that he wants to leave is to create luxury skincare that anybody can use. And so we talked a little bit about how they have their Smart Farm technology. This is it. The newest Smart Farm is 150,000 square feet. I've actually been to visit this twice. You can, walk through the fields of giant Byungpul. You can even eat them. And it's really incredible to visit the lab and see the innovation behind it.
Jeju Island, a UNESCO World Heritage Site, shaped by fire and softened by time. Its volcanic soil and pure waters make it the perfect home for giant Byungpul. Yet its shifting seasons demanded innovation. That's why we built Rimmon Farm, ensuring year-round growth and consistency. Rimmon Farm spans more than 160,000 square feet, home to the world's first smart farm dedicated to centella cultivation. Here, precision horticulture controls every element, light, humidity, nutrients, ensuring each plant grows with consistent potency and purity 365 days a year. Through vertical integration, Riemann guarantees the same standard of care in every batch.
이러한 운영 관리 시스템은 제가 약속을 지켜내기 위한 리만만의 방식입니다. 원료에서부터 제품 개발의 모든 과정, 고객의 제품 경험까지 한결같은 정성과 품질을 전하는 것이 고객에 대한 진정한 존중이라 믿기 때문입니다.
So I don't know if you saw in there, he talked about vertical integration, and I didn't know what that was at first. And when I actually went to visit the campus, I'll never forget, we pulled up, and it was in that moment I realized just how big this is. And I'm telling you right now, they are not competing with other direct selling companies. They're not competing in the network marketing space. They are competing with brands like Chanel, like Dior, like Lancome, like, SkinCeuticals. These are the brands that they're going after. And I wanted to know why they were even in this space, to be honest with you, because this is so much bigger than the industry. And what I found out is that in Korea, they view network marketing very differently than the rest of the world does. It's very respected and it's treated like a profession. So he knew this was exactly how he wanted to partner with this brand. And I'm telling you, if this had been discovered anywhere else in the world, it would be sitting on a Harrods shelf somewhere, and it would cost 3-4 times the amount. And so what he's done is he has mapped out a plan on how he wants to become the #1 K-beauty brand in the world. And part of that 100-year plan that he's mapped out is through vertical integration. What that means is that they own every step of the process. So they own the land, they own the labs, they own the patents, they even own the bottling facility that makes the bottles that the products come in. And why would you do this? The reason why is because he is dialing in his costs so tight so that he controls every aspect of production, so that there's more money to put into research and development, into marketing, and into commissions for us. So one of the things that he did his first year in business, he actually took the profits from his very first year and he started construction on this, which is Riemann Village. This is a private resort he built for the brand reps so that you can come visit Jeju Island, which is off the coast of Korea, and you can see the smart farms, you can experience the brand, you can stay in these smart villas, where you walk in, the floor is heated, you press a button, the fridge opens, you put your clothes in the closet steams your clothes, and you can really learn more about the labs and the innovation. You can even go to the spa. I'm going to show you just a few seconds of what the Riemann Village looks like.
Within Riemann Village, every space tells a story. The Lava Pyeongpul Spa draws from mineral-rich Jeju lava energy water, a place of renewal and calm. Villas are designed as living brand experiences where rituals unfold naturally through every detail.
And it's really neat being there because you get to, bathe in the energy lava water. You get to experience the heritage and the rituals. So this is where we're at currently. Their plan is to be in over 50 countries in the next 5 years, and they are growing very, very quickly. So they have a lot of countries opening up this year and even more slated for 2026. This is going to be the end goal. If you didn't see your country on there, don't worry, you can actually still sign up. We have a way to enroll you through Hong Kong, which is a free trade zone. So you can actually sign up through Hong Kong to get a link in the system, and then you can actually get paid out through the system as well. And then once your country opens, we fill out a country transfer form. So it's a pretty easy process if you are somebody that wants to, be one of the first in your country to enroll. So Beth, I'm going to pass it over to you. Any closing thoughts?
No, I think anybody that is watching this, even if there is an ounce of you that is thinking, do you know what, I've never done skincare before, or you're on the complete flip side and you're thinking, This is incredible. Ask as many questions as you need. It's taken me a year to say yes to this opportunity because I needed to know the ins and outs of everything. And to be quite honest, I think now is the perfect timing without sounding cliche, just because of where it sits. In the next year, it's either going to be you started this now and you get to ride that huge wave, or in a year's time, you're going to sit there and think, I was actually offered the opportunity, but I turned it down. Everything from the marketing, the systems, the team, the community, the culture, it's not going to be, I don't feel, anywhere near the same as building a normal network marketing company because you're going to have instant results. You're going to have people that are looking for these products rather than you having to try and sell them. And I think just on the growth and the growth alone, you've got such an amazing business. But not only that, your skin is never going to look so good. So anybody that is watching this that is considering joining this business, even if you want to use the products first, that is absolutely fine. What I would say is get back to the person that you watch this from, organize a meeting or get some products ordered, try it out for yourself, and then go from there. But thank you so much, Brie, for doing this. I'm super excited to see where we are in the next year, and I look forward to hopefully speaking to a lot more people over the next few months.
Thanks, everyone.
Bye.